Hi everyone, it's Fearne here. Welcome to Happy Place. I am very much looking forward to having a chat with you today because you're going to get a little sneaky peek into the inner workings of Happy Place. Of course, we've got our podcast, which is what I'm doing right now. Obviously, we've got our marketplace and we've got our brilliant book club as well. But a major feature of Happy Place is the festival. And it's now in its 6th year, which is unbelievable. I still kind of can't believe that we do it every year. It's wild. So I thought today I'd give you a sneak behind the curtain, which, now I've said it out loud, sounds quite rude, as to how that all happens. So if you've turned up on the day and you've seen it all or you're intrigued, find out more with the wonderful Nicky Darling from Team Happy Place.
Hello, my darling.
How are you?
I'm good. Good.
This is so bonkers because normally Nicky and I would be around a board table in a meeting room discussing every minute detail of the Happy Place Festival. Because, of course, it's 2 weekends in the year, but this is an all year round gig.
Oh, yeah. It's 360 days.
It really is. And I think that's what I'm sort of intrigued to get more into and to sort of express this to everybody listening. The amount of time that takes to put this festival together and the amount of thought and brainstorming and problem solving, which we'll get onto, is literally just all year round.
Yeah, definitely.
It's mad. It's a monster. Yeah. If you think back to our first one, which was we actually did a pop-up. I think was that 2018?
2018, I think it was, yep.
We did a tiny pop-up. I think we had 200 people there. And then we were like, oh, it worked. Yep. Let's do a proper one. Cut to 6,000 people in Chiswick. Do you think we knew what we were getting ourselves into?
I think we probably thought it was just going to be 1 year and that would be it. And
here we are.
I don't think we knew what we were getting ourselves into. But I think we always knew it was going to be something special. And the reaction was so good. We were like, right, let's do this all over again.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the beauty of it, is seeing that people do want to come along. And I guess part of the work that takes that full 12-month cycle is us going, oh, people seemed to like this. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah. And we can quite literally be reactive and then make it what it is today. So let's talk a bit more, first of all, about your role. Tell everybody what you do, what that involves, and a bit about yourself.
Well, I kind of do everything on it because I'm very hands-on. Yes. But I basically head up the festival. So I kind of oversee marketing, the kind of PR side, the ops side, the content side, and work really close with kind of our team we have like leads in those areas as well. So I suppose the book kind of stops with me. So yeah, I'm involved in every single aspect from kind of what the event looks like, who we're going to have at the event, like how we sell the tickets, what the website looks like. Obviously work really closely with the social team. So I kind of like sit across all areas and obviously work really closely with yourself. But we have an amazing team. I've got a really great team who, kind of support me. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I do. I do a little bit of everything. So I'm just make sure I'm across absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, just looking forward to the events really in terms of like what we can do differently, like you said, because every year we do try and switch it up a little bit as well.
We do. I mean, we had a meeting literally yesterday. Yes. We had a long old meeting about every element of this summer's festivals and some stuff that's happening next year, which is exciting that we can't talk about. But we do quite literally come up with ideas in those meetings that we hadn't planned to even discuss. And yesterday we had some cool ideas about some extra guests we might get along and what we could do with them. There is a huge amount of creativity behind all of it. It's not just where the stage is going to go, where are the loos. It's dreaming up these big ideas that we then get to bring to life. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I think also we do like our survey after the event. So we really want to hear from our, audiences, like what they enjoyed, what we could do better, what they want to see more of. And we're really reactive to that as well. So we always try and switch up, our workshops, our classes, the content that we've got, making sure that there's enough there for absolutely everybody, which there is. There's something for everybody.
Everybody. One example is like a couple of people came to us last year and said, I'm socially get quite drained or like overstimulated. I just need somewhere to go. And we've got a little quiet zone this year where you can just take yourself out of, I mean, we try to not overcrowd it because we don't want people to feel like, oh my God, there's so many people here. But even if being in a yoga class or a meditation or a talk is overstimulating, you can take yourself to our quiet zone and just have a breather on your own. So I think that's a really clear example of us going, oh, right, okay, we hadn't done that. We need to listen to what is actually desired on the day and then try and make it happen.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what we are really reactive, even like to one festival to the other. So if we feel like something perhaps didn't work at our first festival, we'll then adapt that and change it for our second festival. So we're really, we react really quickly to anything that we think doesn't work, and we can switch that up and we can add stuff because obviously our festivals are a couple of months apart. So that does help.
It really does help. I think we've learned so much from the first one to where we're at now.
Oh gosh, yes.
And you obviously normally learn through things going wrong.
Oh yes.
Which we've had many of. Like the thing that freaks me out, because I'm a control freak, is that at a festival, anything could happen. There's so much you can plan in the year, and we are so organised. You're a Virgo, aren't you?
I'm a Leo.
Oh, you're a Leo. Oh, you were just before Virgo.
Yeah.
I knew you were close.
Yeah.
We're fucking organised. Like everything is just so. We know how we want everything to be. But then on the day or the days, just anything could happen.
Oh, yeah.
Let's dive into this a little bit.
Yes.
Let's maybe first of all start with year one. So this is 2019, the first time we'd done a festival on a large scale. We're at Chiswick. We had the best weather.
Yes.
The sun was shining. It was gorgeous. But we were really it was trial and error in all areas. What do you wish we'd done differently that year?
I think one of the things was probably the toilet situation. We had slight toilet situation, didn't we? And I think we basically, from that, we learned that we probably need more toilets and better toilets, even though the toilets were wonderful. But I remember a certain somebody having to deal with a bit of an unblockage and
We're not Glastonbury. We don't want
no
shitty drops.
No.
We have nice toilets.
We have beautiful toilets.
Beautiful.
Our toilets are amazing, but I think we needed more toilets.
Yes.
So I think in our year two, we upped that. But we do have stunning toilets. They are very posh. And we do get a lot of feedback on how lovely our toilets are.
We do. Every year.
Yeah.
People are like, oh my God, the loos are amazing.
Yeah.
That is so important though, especially as we have a lot of women come to the festival.
Yes.
You want a nice pit stop.
Yeah.
I think from that year, what I learned was we need more food trucks.
Yes.
And also the big learning was don't put a big guest on at the point where the guest will finish talking and it's lunchtime, because I remember we had a big guest on and then we had this huge en masse exodus and everyone went to go and eat lunch, and it was like, it was just a simple thing that we hadn't considered. So that was just an amazing takeaway. We were like, right, okay, let's not do that again. Also from that year, I mean, I had, even on the days themselves, the most amazing feedback of people coming up and just saying, this is amazing. This has been like missing in my yearly festival schedule, like just something really chilled. But the other thing I had to remember is you always get one. There's always one person who wants to have a moan.
Yeah.
There's always one.
Always.
And they'll come up to me
personally
and tell me to my face. And I'm like, and then I have to, now I don't do it. But on that first year, I went on such a downer because some woman came up to me and started having a go at me about something. And I was like, oh my God, we put so much work in and it's just like one thing that you didn't like. And I felt so devastated. Yeah. She went to me something like, Ryland's the only good thing about this festival. And I was like, oh my God. And we'd literally just had like the biggest, beautiful yoga class, sound baths over here. There'll always be one person that you can't please in life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
And you can't take heed of that.
No.
You can't.
Yeah.
Only take the critique that is worthwhile listening to.
Exactly.
The other mega days that I remember, was it 2023 where it was,
Windgate.
Fucking hell. So cut to the Friday, the last day of the festival build, we had torrential rain.
Yeah.
I turned up to have a walk around the layout at Chiswick and there was seemingly goose shit on every bit of grass that was visible. And at that point, I thought, I think I'm going to do a runner. I don't want to do this tomorrow. I don't want to come. I don't want to be here. It stopped raining, but then we had 70 mile per hour winds.
Forecast, we had Windgate, we call it. Windgate. And we had, and obviously been in contact with the local authorities because Hester and I have been on a local authority meeting this morning for an
Super
hour.
fun.
Where you meet with ambulance, police, council, and you just go through everything. So Hester and Russell had been in contact with the local authorities about the wind. We had our own wind machine where it tested how fast the wind speeds were. So Pete was there. But yeah, we basically, and then we had to have a meeting with Chiswick on Friday, which I don't even think we even told you about. I don't think we did because I thought
wouldn't have slept a wink.
Where they basically said there is a certain point where we will have to close the festivals down if it goes above. And that was on the Friday morning. And then by the Friday evening, the Chiswick House had said to us, right, you're good to go, because they'd kind of been like monitoring the wind. So we only really got about 7, 8 o'clock on the Friday night, the thumbs up that we could open on the Saturday morning. So it was, and I don't think we told you this because we didn't.
No, I'm glad you didn't, because I just was thinking about goose shit that night rather than also it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But it was even touch and go the day after, because I remember turning up.
Oh yeah.
And there were like tents flapping in the wind. At one point, we had Tom Grennan in the talks tent about to do a live podcast with me. And the howling winds were like whipping around. And one of the tent poles came out. And these, if you haven't been to the festival, these are major tents, huge, big stretch tents.
Yeah.
And one of the tent poles flew out. It was still obviously standing, but health and safety wise, it's a no-go. We've got to get everybody out. You, Hester, Russell, the whole team acted so quickly to move hundreds of people in a herd to the outdoor stage where there was no rain, so everyone could sit and happily watch the live podcast. But it was just, the level of efficiency was so amazing. Do you know the only person who was freaking out?
Who?
Lynn Cotton.
Was she?
My mum.
Was she?
My mum, who loves a drama,
came
up to me backstage and she went, what's going on? And I went, well, we've got to move everyone because of tempo.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God. Oh no. I was like, oh. And then you're just calmly moving 500 people across the field and Lynn's freaking out. Shall I go or shall I stay? Do you want me to stay? Or do you reckon I should go? I was thinking, I don't care if you go or stay. We've just got to deal with this insane emergency that's happening right now.
God,
but I think that weekend proved to us that we can mitigate really big out of control dramas calmly. Yeah. And that was just such a resilient building moment for the team, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it was quite interesting because inside I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on right now? Because we weren't sort of bringing you across this, but we were taking things down because we were losing things. So like at one point I said to Russell and Hester, get the flags down, we've got to do this. So as the day went on, we were kind of like adjusting the festival throughout the day. And then just as the talk was about to start, Russell was like, we can't do this. I was like, we have to do this. So we moved everything. But I remember I stood, because there was where they have all the sound desks and stuff at the centre stage. I was stood holding that down throughout the whole of the talk because I thought, this is going to lift up in a minute. It's going to go. It's going to be like the Wizard of Oz. It is going to go. It's going to end up over like Richmond shortly. So we were all kind of, I remember just looking at the whole team. Everyone was kind of holding on to something around. And Russell it was just sort of looking at me to sort of say, and I was like looking at him and I was like, come on, let's get through this. Let's get through this. And we did.
Bloody did it.
It was brilliant. And it was a great talk. And we managed to get more people there.
We did,
didn't we? Yeah.
It was just a good weekend all round. And I think it, for me, allowed me to think, right, that's my worst nightmare, is the weather being bad. Yes. And we did it. Yeah. We did it. And we've had little rain showers here and there and we cope. And then we've had seriously hot days. Last year at Gunnersbury Park for the Happy Place Festival near to London, we had, what was the temperature in the end? Like
it was
30,
easily 30. It was so hot.
I loved it, but I wasn't having to run around with a high-vis jacket on. I love being hot. The only small problem I had was in the big tent for the talks. It was so bright that I was just had my eyes closed throughout all the podcasts because I couldn't open them. It was so bright. I was just like this. I couldn't see my guest, but it was so brilliant. It was gorgeous because people were sort of sunbathing and laying out, but also then for you as a team, you're working under extreme situations in terms of you're running about, you're moving things, you're dealing with insane amounts of people with that heat going on, probably not eating and drinking enough. Didn't you faint?
I had a slight moment, yes. I went down on Saturday about 4 o'clock And Laura went down probably about 10 minutes after me, because I think it was the build-up, because I actually felt fine on that Saturday, but I think it was the days ahead of it was so hot. And we were drinking, like we all had like electrolytes. We were literally all looking after each other, but you couldn't drink enough.
No,
you just couldn't drink enough water. And it was the Saturday, actually, once everything was open, and it was when I got into calm stage, I just suddenly started to feel, I was running around to an area, just started feeling a bit woo.
Yeah.
And I went down, and then Laura went down, but we quickly bounced back, and we were at the team meeting by 6. So
I know you were. I know. There's no stopping you.
And then it was fine. But yeah, it was, I think, two of us sort of having a slight wobble was good, actually, in the circumstances. But goodness me, it was hot.
It was so...
And there wasn't any real kind of like...
There's no breeze, no shelter.
It was just hot. It was the hottest weekend by far.
Oh, I mean, I loved it.
The audiences were absolutely loving it, because they were just like mooching around. They were in the,
getting an ice cream,
teepees, having the coolness and things like that. But yeah, it was a hot one.
It was a real hot one.
It was.
We also, of course, because we have so many amazing talks.
Yeah.
For me, that is my favourite part of the festival.
Yeah.
Not even just the live podcast that I get to do, but just like walking past the talks tent, it's always overspilling with people, because you've got back-to-back amazing stories from, like, even this year, right? So if we look at our lineup, I think it's our best lineup yet.
Stunning.
We've got Talisa, we've got Tom Reed-Wilson, Matt Haig, who I am just such a mega fan of. He's been on the podcast. He's just, one of the world's biggest authors. He's incredible. Ruby Wax.
Literally can't wait.
Can't wait.
It's going to be amazing.
Can't wait for Ruby.
She's so brilliant.
Ruby, and also I know I've interviewed Ruby before, and you can have all the notes in the world. Yeah. She won't follow them. No. It will go off on a tangent that none of us are expecting. No. But to sit and listen to someone who's not only lived a life like that, but has gone off and had this second chapter, studying mindfulness, getting a degree, a master's, I think. Even. She is just incredible. She's fascinating. Lucas Jones, a really interesting person for us to have there. Jordan Stevens, who had a huge crowd last year at the festival. He's doing great things in the men's mental health space. We've just got the most solid lineup. We've also got Sam Thompson's just on board, as well as his sister Louise and her partner Ryan to do live podcasts. That for me is so brilliant. But of course, on the day, sometimes people either can't get there for whatever reasons or a drop out. And we had one big guest a few years ago in Manchester at a Tatton Park venue drop out on the morning. And again, that for me is like worst nightmare. It was for a live podcast with me. I was absolutely panicking. It was actually my birthday. So I remember waking up like, oh, these birthday texts, and then blah, blah's pulled out. And I was like, birthday ruined. But luckily, I called Dr. Rangan Chatterjee, who lives 2 seconds away. And he went, I can turn up and do a podcast. He had the biggest crowd.
He was so lovely as well.
The audience in the palm of his hand. So again, like, we problem solved it. We made it happen. Thank God.
Yeah, thank goodness. It was amazing. He was so stunning as well.
And he was walking around barefoot.
Yeah, loved that.
Around the festival. It was so great.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
What would you say your big highlights have been over the last few years?
Goodness me. So I think, being in our 6th year is a massive highlight to me, because I'm like, when we first started it, it was like, I think it was all just such a whirlwind when we first started it. I remember going with Russell and I looking for the venues, like going around looking for the venues. And I was pregnant. I was really heavily pregnant, I think, with Rose. So when we found the venues and then we put it all on sale, and, it was such an achievement to do it. But now being in our 6th year, and we went through COVID as well, remember?
We did one, we did a digital one.
Which was unbelievable.
We did actually, we have to pause there because we were mad.
Yeah.
We decided, because we'd all gone slightly doolally in the pandemic, we decided to not just do a weekend of online festival activity. We did every single day, weekdays and weekends, full schedule for a month.
I don't even know how we did that.
Why did we do that?
I don't know, but everyone got involved. It was a family affair. My sister was watching videos for us.
It was so great.
I had like my sister looking, because no one had anything to do. So it was great. Everyone was so involved, but it was unbelievable. And you look at the numbers that we got.
The amount of content that we created, though, was absurd.
The figures were insane. Like,
they were.
The yoga classes that you could do. I mean, my sister was loving it. She was like, oh, gosh.
Yeah, we had yoga, breathwork, meditation, talks, podcasts,
we had
music.
A DJ set, didn't we? Like...
But we did every day for a
month.
month.
We did some live stuff. You actually went out live.
We did a bunch of live talks. I mean, I was grateful because I definitely needed a distraction like many other people, but it did feel like we kept our happy place community really engaged, but also it was a real two-way street of we were all in it together and it felt really beautiful. But that was mad.
It was crazy, wasn't it?
That's got to be a highlight for us, I think, as well.
I think that, I think we should pat ourselves on the back for
I
that.
do as well.
That was definitely a highlight. And then coming back into the festivals. But I think some of my highlights are seeing how we've got the best shopping there. I mean, that's stunning.
My favourite thing
it's
ever.
Beautiful. Like you go, and seeing how that's grown from when we first started it in 2019 to where it is now. I mean,
it's like a shopping village now.
The commercial girls like Marcia and Matilda and Natasha do such
are incredible,
amazing job because every single product is so beautiful. Yeah. And the store holders, the exhibitors are really lovely people as well. Yeah. It's such an extension of the Happy Place brand, how lovely they are and how lovely they are to the visitors. Our visitors are really lovely. So it's just such a nice atmosphere when you've got everybody who's on the same page as us. So I think seeing how the exhibitors have grown.
And everyone's in there sort of chatting because the brand owners, they're often small brands. Yes. A lot of them are female founded. Yeah. All of them are UK founded. So you've got, the brand founders chatting to our festival revelers and telling them about the product and their interest in the product. Yeah. And that feels like a real lovely little social hub. I mean, again, my mum will come to the festival and only go there. She just spends hours walking around the shopping bit, trying to blag a few freebies, treating herself to some little bits and bobs. But you've got everything in there from clothes to jewellery to tea to vitamins. It's just, I love the shopping area.
The shopping is amazing. And then I think then I love all the workshops and classes.
Me too.
Laura and Jenna do such an amazing job, and the variety and obviously we do have repeat, teachers and guests.
They're part of our family now.
Exactly. But we do try and, mix it up a little bit each year so that there's something new. We've obviously got our new area this year, which is super exciting. You can come and try some hula-hooping.
I've never been able to hula hoop.
No, neither have I.
Can't do it.
Terrible. I don't know why. My hips don't lie, and it just falls down. So I'm really bad at it.
We'll be in there.
Yeah, I do know someone who's really good at it actually, but anyway, that's for another time.
Another story.
Yeah. And then line dancing. I absolutely loved line dancing. So I'm going to be in there. Might wear the shirt actually.
Yeah, get your cowboy boots out, babe.
Definitely. And then silent disco.
Love.
Yep. And looking at comedy as well. Yeah.
Nice. Yep. I mean, all things that make you instantly feel happy.
Yeah.
It's so great. I'm really buzzed about that area. Yeah. I think it's going to be a place where you can just pop in, put a smile on your face and then leave happier.
Definitely. And, you can drop in and, do these taster sessions and then, see if it's for you and then take it on for your journey off to Happy Place.
Yeah, maybe line dancing is your new thing.
Exactly.
Or hula-hooping.
Hula-hooping. This is it. I'm going to have to get in there. But there is something for everybody. Yeah. So if you're not into, yoga, or if you're not into kind of doing a sound bath, but you want to try something, then, this would be the area for you, Happy Hub. So you can come along to the festival and you can go for a talk. You can go into the Happy Hub and do a XYZ, which I'm not going to say till it comes out. Go shopping and, the food as well.
The food's so good.
The food's amazing.
Food's so good. I'm going to have to eat about 8 lunches.
I know. And Hester, who heads up all the operations, is just, done such an amazing job on the layout. So there is so much thought that goes into everything we do in terms of how our visitors move around the festival. Yep. So it's really accessible and easy for them, and where they sit to make sure there's enough chill out areas. We always have water on site as well to make sure that you can just bring your bottle and top up.
Fill up whenever you want for free.
Yeah, always thinking about customers, how they feel. And it's we are non-alcohol at the event, which everyone always comments on what a safe space it is.
It makes such a huge difference. I mean, for us, it's an absolute no-brainer. Yeah. I certainly don't want to have the responsibility of people pissed out of their heads doing a yoga class. That is a bad idea.
Yes, it's very bad.
If you want to go to a music festival and get shit-faced, I'm not going to judge you. I've done that a million times. Exactly. I love doing that. But equally, come to Happy Place and know that you're going to be in a safe space with no drunk morons throwing beer everywhere and getting out of control. Everyone, it's a leveler.
Yeah.
Everyone's there to feel good, try something new, and leave feeling better than when they arrived, which I don't think you can say for many festivals.
No, exactly.
And it's really important.
And I think, it just like even all of the, like the security teams and people working, they always say to me, it's just such a nice event to work because you haven't got to deal with someone who's like peed in a field or like, gone off wandering somewhere. I mean, I think the naughtiest thing that some of our guests do is they might have a cheeky fag, but you just go up to them and say, do you mind? Would you put that out, please? And they're ever so, oh, really? But it's always the same person. I always catch the same person.
Really, that's so funny.
Literally. It's normally at Tatton. They go off into the woods
trees
there. The trees, yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah. I mean, one year we did have a man turn up with bows and arrows that we had to confiscate.
Yes, we did. And he did, I mean, again, Esther was rather wonderful with him, and she's very diplomatic, but she was just trying to explain to him that, in the world that we live at the moment, it's probably not the best thing to walk around with, even though he was saying to us they were duds. I don't know what he does some kind of thing with them. She was just saying it's just
not
being considerate to, it's a female audience, and let's perhaps not do that.
I mean, we do say every year, obviously, I mean, there's so much to go into with this one, but obviously, I'm a woman and I have a big female following podcast-wise.
Yeah.
Male podcasters, weirdly, do get a big female or more equality. They'll get men and women listening. Men don't want to listen to women talk, supposedly.
Yeah.
So I have way less men, disproportionately less men listening to the podcast, therefore less men turning up to the festival. But it's not just that. I think Wellbeing, weirdly, has always sort of played to women.
Yeah.
And, we have loads of male teachers on the day, yoga teachers, breathwork practitioners, meditation teachers, people running creative workshops, arts and crafts, certainly, probably equal men and women in the talks tent, telling life stories or giving advice, etc. But still, there's so many women there. And every year, someone will come up to me at a book signing and say, oh, I should bring my husband next year, or I should bring my brother and his mates. And there is still this weird myth that we need to bust that Wellbeing is just for women.
No.
We talk about this internally at Happy Place all the time, but wellness, Wellbeing, whatever the hell you want to call it, is simply feeling all right.
Yeah.
You don't have to do yoga. You don't have to do a sound bath.
Feel good, isn't it?
It's just feeling good.
The talks are so feel good. And Happy Place heroes.
Oh my God, this is actually my favourite bit.
Yeah.
I've got so many favourite bits.
Yeah.
Tell us more about Happy Place Heroes. I get nervous doing this bit of the weekend.
There's so many sides to Happy Place Heroes. There's the organisation that Amelia does beforehand and works really hard on that, and then there's the actual on-site bit, and there's two sides to that. There's the comedy side to it, which I'll get into, and then there's the actual stage side where we're all crying.
If anyone hasn't seen this at the festival, basically, we surprise someone in the audience by saying, you've been nominated by your best mate, your sister, whoever. You are our Happy Place hero. We give them this amazing, rapturous round of applause. They come on stage. I chat to them. We've got a surprise video all about their life. Yeah. It's the most wholesome thing you've ever seen. But behind the scenes, you are stressed to your tits.
It's just because they do. So it's like we go undercover.
You're literally a detective.
We are. So Penelope, who I work with within the live team, and I and Matilda and Amelia, we're all trying to find this person, and who
doesn't know that they need to be found.
No, and sometimes they go off wandering, and we're on the phone to whoever they're with, and they're like, well, she's gone off here, and we're like, well, where's she gone? And then there was one last year that her husband had put her forward, but she didn't know her husband was coming or something.
So we had to hide him. I remember that.
And then it was literally, we're all on our like walkie-talkies, our radios. Sorry, Hester. We're on our radios, walkie-talkies. We're on our radios, and we're like, we've got her. Eyes on. And then we're then running up, like sort of following them without trying to not follow them, making sure we've got eyes on them in the talk stage, because obviously then you've got to climb over them to get them like through round the back. So it's an undercover experience. But then you've done that, so your adrenaline's really high. But then actually when you're sitting down, then you end up crying your eyes out because you've gone from like adrenaline, and then you're you just like, so, but it is one of my favourite. I absolutely love the Happy Place Heroes.
I love that bit.
Love that.
And we've done so many lovely things in the last few years to really make sure that whoever turns up feels like they're getting something super special. So I loved last year that we left these yellow envelopes all around the site, and they were hidden. It was like a bit of a treasure hunt. And if you found one, it might say, go to this store and you get a free water bottle, or go over here and you'll get a free smoothie, or you've won yourself a BA voucher. Like, it was amazing, sort of small prizes to high-end prizes that were just, or you could jump the queue in the book signing area, whatever. That was a lovely touch. I think thinking of more things like that it makes the experience so lovely for the festival goer.
Yeah, definitely. They went down so well, and we'd put it out on our socials beforehand, so everyone knew about it. So when they got there, they were looking for it. And it went, literally as soon as in the organised office, they were coming up with the envelopes and like, oh, I need to redeem this, And they were so happy.
Lovely.
They were like so excited. Yeah.
I know, we have attracted the most gorgeous crowd of people. Every time, we walk around just going, everyone here is really nice. And what I've really noticed in the last few years is an increase in people coming to the festival on their own.
Oh, yes.
Which is actually a very brave thing. I've only been to one event on my own, which was an Elton John gig.
Love that.
And I felt really odd walking. It's a strange thing. Like, oh my God, I'm sort of awkwardness if you've got no one to talk to and you're just sort of standing there waiting for the show to start. But we get a lot of people braving it. And then they end up like meeting people and having a chat and then like leaving in a little group. And that's just so lovely.
It is lovely. And I'm on the gate every single morning of the festival opens. I'm on the gate with P and I are on the gate, and because I love to meet the customers and like talk to them, and then you get to see them around, and you have like conversations. It's like, oh, I've come on my own. I've booked this, I want to go here. And they've kind of like done their itinerary, but then they do make friends, because when they go into the talk stage, it's like you're all on benches, so you can sit down next to somebody and share an experience. But it's a very collaborative festival where you can, you've got groups of girls, but you've got mums and daughters. You've got families like mums who bring their husbands along and their kids, because we've got a fantastic children's area as well.
Such a great kids area.
Literally, it's one of the best children's area.
It's so good.
Lovely.
My goddaughter last year, who's 4, was doing a fairy workshop.
The best.
Came away with wings and a wand. Couldn't believe her luck. It's just such a great space for the kids to play around, leave them with the dad, and then the mum can go off and have a nice little sound bath and have a moment to herself.
Exactly.
If you were to turn up to the festival as a punter, what would you go for?
Right, so I'd arrive. I'd go for a coffee straight away.
Same.
Then I would probably come and watch you first, obviously, in the morning. Then I would go and do a sound bath.
Yeah,
I'd do yoga. I'll go into the Happy Hub and do XYZ, which will be revealed soon. And then I would do the shopping.
Yeah.
And then I would go centre stage and do some open, because the centre stage is fantastic, because it's so, it's such a joyful moment when you've got like 300-400 people there all doing like an activity, and
it's really moving a lot of the time.
It's really like collaborative, and it's really like everyone's just there. No one cares what you look like. No one, and that's what I love about it. So I'll go and do something there. I would go up to the bookstore and
book signings all day.
Amazing. And the bookstore's lovely. Like, there's so many fantastic books there. I would definitely, go and do my shopping as well, go and have some amazing food. What else would I do? There's some the expressive art.
Oh, I love that.
I love
area.
it. Like literally, like when they're doing the poetry reading, honestly, it's so crazy, because you could drop a pin and you would hear it.
I know.
Like, there's so much respect. The audience, our visitors are so respectful when someone's reading poetry or they're reciting something. They're so respectful, and they're so quiet.
Oh, it's so gorgeous. We're so lucky we've had Donna Ashworth for the last few years, and she's back this year. And she is someone that can command absolute concentration from, you can turn up to that area whenever you want and sit and listen to her read her beautiful poems. And it is just a lovely moment of calm. It's like, I try and just walk past it and have a little pit stop here and there just to like soak up some of that lovely energy, because that's the one thing I guess for us is everybody else is having a lovely calm time. We're all we're sprinting across.
Yes, we do. It's like
rushing, necking coffee. Everyone's like, "Oh, have you done anything here today?" I'm like, "Are you joking? I've done 2 book signings, 2 live podcasts. I'm about to do a little private chat in here. Like it's absolutely manic." So I do have fantasies about just going as a reveller and enjoying it, and think, what would I do if I turned up? What sort of workshop? I'd love to go and do one of the arts and crafts workshops.
Oh yes, of course, the arts and crafts.
Because we've got everything in there from like watercolours to jewellery making, and it's just always, again, a nice place to sit. And I always try and pop in there and chat to everybody and see what they're making, and then you get to take something home with you that you've made.
And again, like some of my friends come up to the festival and they absolutely love, they walk away with things. And I think my daughter did a class in there as well. She absolutely loved it. But again, it's just such a nice environment. It's so chilled in there, because we do when we're looking at the floor plan, make sure that we put kind of anything that's a little bit noisier in one area, and then anything that requires, real calm and real chill in that area. So we do, Hester and the team are so good at like making sure that everything is in the right place, so that the audience have such an amazing time, and that they're not like doing a class and there's like someone on the centre stage like
playing drum and bass.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't want that.
And we do that at the end of the day.
We have DJs at the end. Yes. Everyone has a good old dance.
Yes, exactly.
I love that moment.
Yeah, it is wonderful.
That's when I think people have they've done a whole day at the festival and they do just let loose, and people are sober dancing. One of my best mates, Rebecca, came to Chiswick a couple of years ago. And she was dancing. I think it was Rob de Bank was on stage playing music. And she was like, I don't think I've ever danced like this sober. Like everyone's kind of raving sober in a field. No one cares. Inhibition's gone. That's just such a lovely moment. Yeah,
it is. And like, I think last year we had the rain at Tatton, so people were actually dancing in the rain.
Dancing in the rain.
I know. Take me dancing.
Yes.
In the rain.
So good. Now, we don't often like to blow our own trumpet in a really overt way, but I think we should, because our ticket prices are so low.
Yes.
For a whole day out of everything we've just said, that is something that is important to us, making this festival and Wellbeing as a whole accessible. And if you look at all the other events and festivals, we are down there at the low end, making sure that people can come along at a fair price and have a bloody great day or whole weekend out.
Yeah, I think we are. And also what we do is make sure that because obviously you can book extra classes, but you don't have to do that. There is enough there so that you don't have to book extra classes. So you can just have your ticket price. But if you want to add a class on, you can do. And, they're only the bookable classes so that we can, kind of like cover our fees to pay for our...
We obviously have to do that on a business level.
Yeah. But it's not
we have to pay the team, we have to cover costs. So of course we have to do that.
But we are really inclusive in our ticket pricing. And as I say, there is something for everybody. So you don't have to book a class. You can just come and spend the full day there doing absolutely everything that you want to do. And, you can try new things in our Happy Hub as well, which, as I say, it's going on sale soon. So, yes.
But you could do a whole day of watching talks and shopping, like my mum does. Lynn wears a 4-inch heel.
Love it.
Doesn't do a drop of yoga. Buys a load of stuff in the shopping area. Watches a couple of talks. Goes home. Lovely jubbly. She had a good day out.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of what we're doing. Yeah. But what I will say is we couldn't do any of this without you and the amazing team. And you are so exceptional at what you do. So I want to say a massive thank you to you, Nicky, for all the hard work that you put in, year out, and on the days themselves that are absolutely bonkers. So thank you.
And we couldn't do this without you and, you being our kind of inspiration. And, we love you lots and we love doing it. And here's to many more. We'll be sitting here maybe in another 10 years.
Crikey, I'll be close to 60. God almighty.
I will be 60.
Oh my God, I can't think about it.
I might have a grey streak in my hair by then.
Oh my God, I can't even think about it. But look, we want to keep it going. We want people to come back.
We want to grow. We're going to grow.
We want to grow.
Yeah,
we want to grow. Come on, Nicky. I love it. From one hardworking mum with a whole heap of drive to another. Yeah. We shouldn't feel ashamed about that. No. We're here to make shit happen. And I absolutely love you for it. So Nicky, thank you so much for being on Happy Place and for everything you do.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. It's been joyful.